Throw 3 darts at the map. Toss in 3 wildly distinctive personalities.
Do I look cool or what?
Plus 3 clever projects, and you've got a craft show that'll have you saying, "That's clever." Hi, I'm Angela Martinez. Welcome to That's Clever. Some crafters like to plan their designs. Others let things flow more freely. This metal artist from Elkhorn, Nebraska is burning to show you how her piece blossoms without a blueprint.
Welcome to sunny Elkhorn, Nebraska. My name is Sondra Gerber, and I sculpt metal. And I am going to make a backyard fire pit like this one. Fire. Let's go warm things up. To make the backyard fire pit, I start with a 55-gallon drum. I'm going to cut the bottom third of the barrel off with the plasma cutter. Do I look cool or what? The ground is hooked up at the end. I'm going to roll the barrel and cut at the same time. This is basically what the fire pit will be, but it's kind of boring. I like creativity. I like it to be really neat. So, I'm going to start drawing a design on here to cut out. I draw the circles on because this maps out the area that I'm going to make my flowers. I then go back in and do the detail. I'm not very precise. I hate numbers. I'm an artist. It's the wrong side of the brain. I like happy flowers. They're bright and cheerful. I have to draw a tulip. I love tulips. They're a springtime flower. I then go back in and I find the negative spaces and I start to color them in. These negative spaces are the spaces that I actually will wind up cutting out. So the areas that you see that are white is actually where you'll see the fire through the fire pit. My fun flowers are now all drawn on. I'm ready to cut the design out with the plasma cutter. This looks great. Everything's cut out. See the tulip? It smells like burnt metal. I'm gonna make the lid from this piece of metal. I get to use my newest tool. It's a compass that fits onto my plasma cutter to cut circles. I just have to tighten this screw, and this point goes on the center mark, and I will begin to cut and pull the trigger and follow all the way around, cutting my circle. The circle is cut out. Now what I need to do is add a lip. I'm going to use this 1/4-inch round stock. I'm going to weld it all the way around the circle. I will bend as I tack weld it. To weld the lid, I'm going to use a MIG welder. It puts off a lot brighter light. So instead of using my other mask, I'm going to use my MIG welding mask. The lip is done. but the lid is not. I need the lid to match the barrel. Now's my chance to be artistic again. I get to draw a design onto the lid like the barrel. People always say, "You weld? You're a welder?" You bet I weld. I'm a tough girl. I love taking a bunch of metal that's big and clunky and just creating it and making it into some beautiful art. I like to add a feminine touch to the metal. That's why I'm doing flowers. It kind of gives that fun, whimsical look, but yet it's still tough because it's metal. And once this is done, it's back to the plasma cutter. And I attach some legs and a quick coat of paint. And this fire pit is finished. All I need to do is call up some friends, have them over, get some marshmallows and hot dogs, and it's fun time. This thing is hot.
Coming up, it's time to find out how this clay artist from Maine uses some friendly inspiration to give her clock a face. But first, this artist from Indiana is sewing up an image of her African-American heritage.
Wow, look at me go.
Next on That's Clever. Now we're heading back to the Midwest. We're going to visit Sondra again in her Elkhorn, Nebraska studio. You're going to dig how she uses metal to give a little extra life to her garden.
Hi again. I like to add a little bit of life to my garden, so I create these silly scoops out of shovels, like this one. I start off by drawing a face on the shovel. The design is now drawn on. I'm going to use the plasma cutter and cut the shape of the head out. The shape of the face is cut out. Now I'm going to cut out the nose. Now that the face is all cut out, I'm going to weld the nose on. I completely cut it out because I like to flip it over so it looks more like a nose. I'm also going to weld the eyes on. The eyes are made out of washers. I also use this cut piece of pipe for a smile. People are really surprised when they see how I create these silly scoops. A lot of people don't even realize it's made out of a shovel. I add some colorful earrings and my silly scoop is done. Can you dig it? And this is going to complete my family.
Crafters are dreaming up great new ideas everywhere. And guess what? You've just seen 3. Join us again next time and find out what America's crafting on That's Clever.